Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode is another exciting episode where I get to go back into the past and look at the pictures. Today's topic is going to be San Diego Comic Con 2004. Okay, now I've just recently met up with one of my friends that were on the trip, and we discussed some of the things and some of the memories that we had on that in that trip. And so I was not going to be able to use too much of the audio that was used in the hub because just we were in a restaurant and I was just using it as to sort of take notes and that kind of stuff and physical reminders of stuff. So can't use too much of that for the interview or anything like that. But it gives me an indication. I did remember that we did trade our cameras and all the different pictures and stuff that was in the cameras, so that we're able to do some of that. So I'll show you some of that kind of stuff in this particular video. All right. So again, before we begin, don't forget to go down below, click like, and click subscribe. But about 60% of you are already subscribed, and I really appreciate that. And again, hopefully the rest of you, I hope I've earned your subscription, and you go hit that red button, subscribe, and also maybe click that notification bell, because obviously YouTube is starting to get better on recommending my videos now. But for the mass majority, you won't know when I release videos until you get that notification ring. All right, so go ahead and do that. Anyway, so the year is 2004, and this is one of the times that we get to go down to San Diego for a trip down to the Comic Con. I got some pictures and I got a little bit of audio, and I'll go over some of the stories that will go there, and I'll explain some of them as that. And I think there's probably enough for a couple episodes here of some of the material that I got. So we'll go back a little in the past and see what it was like to go to San Diego Comic Con during the height of anime, the anime boom, shall we say. All right, so let's begin.
And then the other thing I remember is they had a Street Fighter 3 machine there, and I had.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had an arcade game there.
Yeah.
I remember.
And I was like, they wanted me to leave because I was beating everyone. I had a 37 win streak, and I was there for literally 2 hours, just destroying people. Mm-hmm. I think they got sick and tired of me.
I don't think they really
intended it.
Well, yeah,
for me to beat the crap out of me.
As much as they probably like Street Fighter, and as much as they have the thing, I don't think they have the same kind of arcade people playing video games as much as we do up here.
Yeah.
Because I remember back then it was really, 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 really competitive almost.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's a whole, especially when we went into Richmond and that kind of stuff. There's this whole, I jump onto a King of Fighters game, and it's, I'm not even requesting someone to jump in, but all of a sudden someone on the other side would jump into the game. Just fit right. And I just totally wasted because obviously that's all these people do. They just sit there and game all day. It's okay, fine. And then, so he gives me seconds or whatever, and I try to hit him, but he blocked everything that I throw at him.
So
and it's this guy's clearly way better than I am. But okay, thanks for extending my game, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure that those guys didn't expect anyone with actual real skill to.
Okay, so we're going to continue on from last episode. We are at the Capcom booth, and we were. They had 4 of the artists from the new comic that they're doing for Capcom. They're doing Studio Udon was doing the Street Fighter 2, Darkstalkers, and Rival Schools comics. And we basically they had the comic had a blank page on the back, and if you bought the comic, then one of the artists could sit there and draw one of the picture of your choice, a character of your choice on the back page, which was blank. So both me, Vic, and Vince all kind of got in line, and we're all kind of waiting all the times. And as Vince mentioned, they had a Street Fighter 3 stand-up arcade machine there. Just so that if you wanted to, while you're waiting in line, you could get up there and you can just try your hand at playing the game. Well, at this time I didn't know, but Vince was one of these relatively very good Street Fighter 3 arcade players. Again, we make a mention that when we go down to Richmond, once in a while, when you're playing those games and arcade games and that kind of stuff, and you always get those guys that just sort of jump in on the other end just to challenge you, right? Sometimes they'll wait for the opportune time where you're about to die and you're gonna lose. You lose the game. Those guys jump in and save you. So I guess sort of happy, but in the light, they you go against them, and of course they use round one to test out how good you are. And usually, they're pretty good, and but then again, I'm not really that good at the game either. So they usually, kick my butt on round one, and then round two, they'll toy around with you, but in the end, they'll let you win, round two, just so they give you seconds. And then round three, then they'll beat your ass down until you're almost dead, and then they'll walk away from the game, and then they'll let you win. That kind of thing, right? So that you then can go back and continue your game again, and whatnot. So, yeah. So here they are. We're standing in line, and as I said, I guess it takes a while to go through the line, but yeah, we were there for a good hour at least. 30 minutes to an hour. Waiting in line, getting autographs, that kind of stuff. But I mean, I know that Vince, he's spent a long time there, and I guess as they said, he literally beat anyone who came up to him. He got like a 38 person winning streak there, and I'm sure the guy's sitting at the arcade going, when's this guy gonna leave, man? Jeez, he's really good. It's like he's hogging up the machine and all this other stuff. But that's what happens. In that time period, things like Street Fighter 2, King of Fighters. I remember Marvel versus Capcom and all those kind of games. There are some pretty decent players that they were just literally in some cases I thought they were really like untouchable. Really, I mean, they just wait until you do something, and as soon as depending on what you do. They have a counterattack for you, and they just sit there and go multi-hit combo, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not getting anywhere with these guys. And then you just you try attacking again. It's like, aha, you can try that move. All right, and again you find yourself in another 10, 20 point combo, and you're like, okay, that didn't work, and do that one more time, and then you're probably dead, right? So anyway, that was kind of a fun story that while we were at the Capcom booth.
I remember like the first day, me and Harry, we kept walking up and down the aisles in order and everything.
Well, it takes a long time to do that.
It took freaking forever. It took the whole day
Yeah.
to like go through. Actually, it took all 3 days for me to see the entire convention.
Yeah.
And everything.
Because I remember I wrote down that I literally had to like literally run from booth to booth, like okay, yeah, good, yeah, next one, next one, yeah, next one. It's just, and that was the only way you could actually go through everything.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't quote see everything because all you only give 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it was just that massive.
Yeah, it was so busy.
Yeah, and that was your first time ever going.
Oh, it was first time, yeah.
I think the same thing with Harry at that time. It was the first time you ever seen anything that huge. I mean, we're used to just a gymnasium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Right?
Yeah.
And
Okay, so San Diego Comic Con is like is the monster of conventions of conventions, and sometimes it's really really hard for just the everyday person to sort of comprehend how big this place is, and just how much there is there. And I made a video. If you refer back to episode 63, I actually go through and talk about the size of the convention center, how many and try to give you a more real life example of how big this is in terms of how many, for example, gymnasiums it is. Because usually when we think of an anime convention or something like that, we think, oh yeah, they got a school's gymnasium, and they put all the dealers in a gymnasium. Well, this is so I compare how many of those kind of gymnasiums you'd be looking at, or I set up an 8-foot table, which is what usually a lot of these vendors are using, just standard 8-foot tables, and I set up in a retail store, and to give you an idea how many aisles in a retail store these would be, and you just kind of give you an idea. And when I made the mention that I spent like 30 seconds at each booth. Yeah, if you there are according to the listing, there's like over 900 vendors, tradespeople and artists at this convention. So even if you spent 1 minute on every single booth, it will take you 15 hours to go through the entire floor. So you can kind of guess, even if you spend 30 seconds on every booth, it's going to take you pretty close to 8 hours to go through the entire floor. And you think, the convention opens at like 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, 6 o'clock. That's there's your 8-9 hours right there, right? So, this place is just massive, and so my strategy is always take the first day, just quickly, literally run through the entire convention floor, just picking out things, quickly writing down notes or table numbers or whatever, of things that caught your interest, and and you can use day 2 to come back and check those places out. But otherwise, it's skim. Yeah, okay. It's just kind of, you get there, look at the booth. Okay, yeah, all right. Yes, this, and this. All right, maybe I might come back and look at that. Okay. Next aisle, and you go to the next person. Okay, yeah, this is booth not exciting. Okay, go to the next one. Yeah, okay. This is just handouts and information about whatever something or whatever, next year's con or whatever. Okay, the next one. Okay, this person's not even here. All right, okay, next one. Yeah, some artist about that. Okay, I guess he's got some samples of his artwork or whatever he does. It's like, okay, I'm not interested in this stuff. Okay, next one. And it's like, oh, okay, here's the artist for Gen 13 or something. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I might want to write that down. Maybe he's might show up and maybe I'll get one of my copies of Gen 13 signed or something like that, right? You just kind of go right to the next one. And then you spend like the next day 2 and day 3 actually attending the things you want to get, try to go to those booths, because sometimes, as I said, we spent like an hour or so at the udon table, and that just consumes a lot of time from actually not going to some of the other booths to see stuff. So anyways, have a look at episode 63, and you'll see just in some of my examples of just how massive this thing is.
And then freaking Harry and his 4 Galactus.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. That guy.
Oh my god.
That was crazy luck, man. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he was really, it was hilarious. Because like.
No, that was the big thing with HeroClix at that time. It was oh, I have to get this Galactus thing, right? And I know that we had to stay, we had to go in line or whatever. We had to get the tickets, right?
Yeah.
Go get the tickets, and it was like, okay, here, you can have a ticket. We left. Right?
Yeah. Because if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I remember the first draw, the first day, he got one.
Yeah, he got one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The second day, I don't think he did. I just know that one of the draws he didn't get it, and he was like, okay, like he was satisfied. Okay, I got mine, but he still had the other 3. And then like after it was like, boom, he got his second one. And it's like, okay, I'm really happy now. I can give it to like my friend. And then boom, he got the third one. And then he was like, okay, I don't need it anymore. We'll just like wait just for the hell of it. And then like boom, he got his last one. His last one was like, now he was like ecstatic. He was crazy.
Yeah. I remember he was thinking like, how in the hell am I gonna get these things back home?
Yeah. Because each one of them were like,
they're like freaking logs.
Yeah. They were not small.
And like and I guess he wanted to keep them that way because you couldn't like take them out of the box.
Yeah.
Shrinking. That's what I remember. I had to do with a lot of my stuff is that get rid of all the excess packaging and all that.
What he's referring to is that at this time there was this really popular sort of a superhero, kind of strategy combat game called HeroClix. Okay, and so it's a game that requires you to buy figurines of the different superheroes, and they're on a stand which points out direction and has different things like attack and defense and and whatnot on it, and hit points and whatnot. And basically you'd use these figurines on a map to determine where they are, who they can strike, who they're in range with, and things like that. Anyway, so at San Diego Comic Con, WizKids, who makes HeroClix, had a special promotion going on. They were going to release this really huge. I mean, we're talking like for example, like Superman and Batman, whatever, would only take 1 hex or something like that. But this Galactus thing is like 20 hexes or something in size, right? And it's it's like not 5 times bigger than every other character. It's like literally 50 times larger in volume than any one character. Anyway, so they're going to release this thing at San Diego Comic Con, but to prevent people from just rushing up to the booth to try to buy it out, they decided they're going to release it in a raffle-like system. So basically, you had to go there, you had to get in line, grab a raffle ticket, and get a raffle ticket, and then once every hour they're gonna draw a bunch of names out of a hat and whatever, and that's who you got. So basically, everyone, me, Victor, Vince, and Harry, all kind of got there, and we said, okay, we'll each get a ticket. So we got the 4 tickets, and then again, me and Victor and Vince, and Vince didn't care about HeroClix. We don't play that game. We just gave all our tickets to Harry. Now the trick about this, the thing is that, they announced that okay, so when they give out the tickets, they'll say, okay, yeah, this ticket is is for the draw at, let's say, 10 a.m. Okay, you had to be there in order to claim the prize, and of course, if you get there early, like 9:15 or something like that, you gotta stand around there for like 45 minutes. There's nothing to do. You just it's just the booth, and that's what they're giving out, and you can look in the hum and haw for a few minutes, and then that's it, right? And again, as I said, the convention floor is just huge, right? You don't have time to stand there for 45 minutes just like doing nothing, right? You're just waiting around. So we said, okay, you know what, Harry, here's your things. Here's our tickets. You hold on to all 4 tickets, and then when they do the call, then maybe then you win it, right? And the thing about it is that even if they call your number, right? The thing is not free. Okay, you still have to pay $75 to buy the Galactus figure. This ticket was only to give you the chance to buy the the Galactus figure. Okay. Anyway, so Harry really wanted to have this thing, right? And so, okay, fine, so he gave him tickets and whatever, and then he ended up winning 1, as Vince says. On the first day, out of the 4 tickets, that one of the tickets hit, and he got his Galactus, and so he's all super happy, and he's great, and I was like, okay, I got my Galactus, I'm happy, I can leave the convention happy, whatever. He's going to try his luck again, another day or whatever, right? And so he was good with that. Now, there's another funny story. It's not with the HeroClix booth. It was with the Intron Depot, at the the Kiazamiya Yamato booth, right? Basically, me and Victor, we went over there, and Vince and Harry, we all kind of went over there. We all got we got our tickets, so we had 4 tickets. And again, Vince and Harry, they didn't care about what what it was. So they gave their 2 tickets to me and Victor, and the same thing, so we're hanging around the booth, I'm buying different types of things like that. And again, the Yamato booth, okay, it was a special booth of that was dedicated to releasing figurines and stuff like that, like for certain things. One of the things that they had was they released a bunch of stuff for Kiazamiya. and so they had a bunch of figurines and that kind of stuff, and it was really nice because they said they had it so that I think that for a bit of time, Kiyomiya was actually at the booth, and so I approached him and just said, hey, if I bought like a bunch of these figurines, would you sign them? And he said, sure. And so I said, I paid for it, and he quickly just gave him the box, and he just and signed it. So and this said it was really nice because these people are really accessible. Anyway, to go on with the thing, they also had these figurines for Incheon Depot, okay, and so there's a bunch of these figurines and that kind of stuff for they have for that, and I'd already bought a whole bunch of them there, but the con exclusive one was the Annie Puma from Dominion Tank Police. And so that was the one that they, one of the ones that you would get on the draw, okay? So again, me and Victor, we had 4 tickets, okay, 2 of each, right? And it ended up that we stood around and we waited, and we hit on we hit on 3 of the tickets. We hit, okay, so 4 tickets, 3 of them were winning tickets, right? So basically, that would basically give me my Annie Puma that I needed. Vic, kept his for I do believe the same thing, and then we still had one more. And I thought, okay, well, I don't need to buy a second Annie Puma or whatever. And so I just sort of casually walked up to the front of the waiting line, for the next draw. And I kind of just sort of kind of just casually said, anyone want a winning ticket, right? And then there's this woman that was sort of there, and she goes, oh, I'll take it. And so I gave her the winning ticket, and then she I guess she obviously didn't believe that this is a winning ticket, and all of a sudden she looks at it and compares that ticket number to the numbers that are already up there, and she realizes, holy shit, this is a winning ticket, right? So she runs around and she goes and claims the prize, right? And again, even though this is a draw and you win a prize per se, it's not. The prize is you get the opportunity to buy the limited edition, for example, Annie Puma figurine, because it still costs you $650, but this gives you the chance to buy that kit. So here I am. I'm standing in the paying line now, right? And I'm getting ready to pay, and the figure is like $6.50, okay, for the Annie Puma figurine. And so I pull out 20, give the guy 20, and the guy goes, "Oh, I don't have any you wouldn't happen to have any change. I don't have enough change to to break this for 20, right?" And it's no, I don't really. I mean, again, because I'm not, a U.S. citizen, I don't really carry lots of stuff. And again, at the convention, you just spend money like crazy anyway, so you probably don't have that much money in the first place. Anyway, so we're kind of, concentrated. Anyway, but what happened is that while we're, running into this problem with the paying stuff, right? The woman that I gave that ticket to, right? She came up to me and said, "Oh, I want to thank you for the ticket. My son was really interested in this, in this thing, and he really really wanted it. And so thank you for the ticket, right?" And then, in appreciation, what she did is she said, "Okay, I'll pay for this one and this one." So she basically, paid for mine and paid for hers. And it's sort of like, oh, okay, well, thank you very much. You didn't have to do that. He goes, no. My son really wanted it, and you are saving me a lot of time. And so again, basically, so I ended up getting this Dominion Tank Police figurine absolutely for free, just because I ended up winning the ticket, to get it. And then the woman that I gave the free ticket the winning ticket to, she basically ended up paying my ticket for me. So. That really, that was really nice. That really worked out well.
Yeah, we had remember the litter was everywhere. They were using those.
Oh yeah, remember the big bag that they had with that Tokyo Pop?
Tokyo Pop, yeah. It was everywhere.
Everyone was using that as garbage.
Yeah.
So I made a mention of this back in episode 93, where I was talking about the big huge sort of like a contest to see who could make the best convention anime swag bag. Okay, and so it's between 80 Vision and Bandai and Tokyo Pop to see who could really make this big huge bag, so that everyone would carry this bag around the convention, right? And the bigger, the more noticeable and more useful, or so they thought. Unfortunately, the bag was so big, it was people used it in the convention to to carry their stuff around, and then when they realized that they're carrying all this stuff around, which is like stuff, okay, people started using it as garbage bags, right? Because it's just so big, right? Like they're literally big bags, and so they'd take all the stuffing and all the styrofoam and all the their food and crap and that kind of stuff that they from the cups and the condiments and whatever they used to eat at the convention, they just threw it into the Tokyo Pop bag. And then whenever they come to the closest garbage bag or garbage dump or garbage can or whatever, they just dump the bag there. So they don't like a garbage bag. And this happened all throughout downtown, like San Diego. Like whenever all the garbage cans are just overflowing with, Starbucks cups and McDonald's packages and all these Tokyo Pop bags. And it was really quite funny. So anyway, that's what he's referring to by the Tokyo Pop bags. But more elaboration on that story, go back to episode 93, and they'll have the full story there with more pictures. Okay, then you have a look at it over there.
And you had a ton of doujinshi too, man.
Oh yeah. The part of the reason I went to the convention is I just got some of the nastiest stuff. Oh my god.
All that's scanned online now, though.
Virtually all of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Virtually all of it is. Although if you wanted to get some of the older stuff, and if it wasn't scanned online, it's really tough to get.
Nowadays, I found this one place, but it doesn't have older stuff. It has current stuff, but it's really overpriced. Like 4 times the price.
Yeah, I'm actually noticing that right now, as I'm going through. I pulled out some of my old art books and that kind of stuff. Some people are willing to pay just like the total amount of outrageous prices for art books now.
Oh yeah.
Because for example, if you go and look for like any Orange Road art book, any Kibitake art book, way overpriced. She released a couple of art books after, like more recently afterward to it. I kind of missed one of them. Because it's kind of an oversized album size whatever.
Oh, okay.
6,000 yen, so $60 US.
$60,
okay,
yeah.
but the cheapest you can probably find it for is like $600.
Holy shit.
Right.
That's crazy.
And what's still stupid about it is I actually looked at someone who scanned it in. There's no new pictures in it. I got all the pictures that are in there from the albums and stuff. So it's totally a best album thing. But $600. Holy crap. It's like I'm the. I think to have it, but I ain't spending that kind of money.
Yeah.
And if I had that book, I'd probably be one of the people going, I got all these pictures. I'm just gonna sell it.
All right. I hope you had kind of fun and a little blast from the past. And don't forget, I'll be doing more kind of episodes where I bring out some pictures and more merchandise and collectible stuff from that past era. Okay. So until next time, see you again.